Am I the asshole for making my niece eat leftovers while others had pizza? My 39 male sister-in-law, 31 female, had her bachelorette party on Saturday. I volunteered to babysit her daughter, Tammy, 9 female, and my wife's cousin's kids, 9 male and 7 female, at my place while my wife, 37 female, and her sister and their cousin went to a party. Also present were my own kids, 11 male, 7 female, and 2 female. Before we even get into the next part of the story, this dude's babysitting 6 kids.
6. Holy.
6 kids by himself, and one of them's 2. I guess like 11, 9, 7, and 7 and 9. I guess they're all like, they're kind of hanging out, but like, and then you're just really kind of paying attention to the 2-year-old, and the rest of them are as a group. So, okay, maybe that's not so hard.
And that's actually my worst nightmare.
It sounds
not
hard.
Gonna lie.
Well, you know what would be the worst part if we had kids? Like birthday parties and like having them wanting to have like sleepovers with their friends, having to deal with all the other fucking little rugrats and munchkins.
That's why we can never.
Egg. Okay. For dinner, we decide to have pizza. I made the order through an app. Now, I still don't really get what happened, but the order was taking forever and I was unable to contact the delivery guy. The pizza place wasn't helping either. After waiting 90 minutes, I decided to cancel the order and pick a different restaurant. The reason I'd waited so long to cancel because this was both my daughter's and Tammy's favorite pizza place. I managed to get my daughter to support the new restaurant by telling her they put ketchup on the pizza. Don't kill me, guys. But Tammy insisted on the first one. She had a crying fit while we were placing the new order. Even after she calmed down, she was still grumpy and short with the rest of us. At first, me and the kids made efforts to cheer her up, but then she started telling us to, quote, shut up and leave her alone whenever we tried. Throughout the wait, I reminded Tammy and the other kids that if they didn't behave, they wouldn't eat the pizza. She still complained about the new restaurant multiple times. When the pizza finally arrived, Tammy opened the box and said, I'm not eating this shit. She said that in front of the younger 3. At that, I put the leftover chicken pasta in the microwave and told her that was her dinner. She started crying, saying that she wanted the pizza and would behave herself, but I held my ground. Tammy didn't eat any of the pizza, but all the others did. My sister-in-law is calling me unfair and cruel for forcing Tammy to have leftovers while the other kids ate pizza. She's also accusing me of favoriting my wife's cousin's kids and my own, insisting that there were better punishments that didn't involve excluding Tammy. My wife's completely on my side. Her cousin is on the fence. So, am I the asshole? Is that petty or is that justified?
Okay. I feel like if it was your kid, it's justified. But it's not your kid. And I know people are going to disagree with me. I just feel like for me, it would be hard for me to discipline someone else's kids. Like I wouldn't know how to, and I wouldn't, not that that's right, that there is like, it might be wrong of me to do that, but I just feel like, I don't know, if it's not your kid, like, should you be really teaching them a lesson, quote unquote? Like, I don't know. I do find it a little bit petty. Like, I get why he's trying to teach her a lesson. Like, you can't just have a freak out and then you still get what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to lean personally on the justified side.
I know.
And I think that if you are babysitting someone's kids, you then have the authority to discipline them. I don't know. Where do you draw the line? What's your discipline? I feel like this is something where it's like, you should have the power to do this. Like, you should have the power to discipline the kids without, like, going too far. I don't think this is too far.
Yeah.
Like, you are doing your sister-in-law a favor by babysitting her kids. So I feel like you should have a little bit. Like, if I was babysitting Andrew, I would want it under the expectation from Madison that, hey, I have the right to discipline him in a fair sense. But then at the same time, it's like, where do you draw the line of like when the parent decides that's too far or not too far?
Exactly.
But I think this was pretty justified, especially after she said, I'm not going to eat this shit. Well, it's like, okay, well, I think she learned a great lesson. I don't think she'll ever say that again.
Probably. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if it was his kid, I think it's a good lesson. My only problem is that it's not his kid. So this one's a little tough for me. I know most people are going to disagree with me, and I'm okay with that.
What would you do to Andrew if he says, I'm not eating this shit?
I would give him whatever he wants. I'm such a pushover, it's insane.
And then he turns around and says, I want the pizza?
I'll give him the pizza.
I probably would too.
Yeah, you would too.
I don't know. I don't know how I'd act.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm weak.
I like to say that I would be able to do it. I'm tough and I can be the tough parent and the proper one and not take the shit. But he's already so cute.
I know.
So imagine he's like 5 and he's just super adorable. How do you say no to anything?
Yeah.
I don't know. So top comment. She is 9. That is too young to speak this way. And she's simultaneously too old to behave this way. Not the asshole.
Oh.
OP replies and says, from what I gather, Tammy knows what words like that mean and that she's not supposed to say them. I think that was the nail in the coffin for me. Right? I feel like that would be the nail in the coffin. So there's also a couple edits. 1, to clarify, the pizza arrived at 8:30. The kids had snacks at 6 p.m. and a large group lunch before that, so none of them were hungry. 2, some people seem to think that this was a party/social gathering for the kids. It wasn't. I was babysitting. I was the only adult responsible for them. Also, Tammy is neurotypical, and once she told us to leave her alone, we did just that. 3, I only told my daughter about the ketchup because she likes it on pizza. None of the other kids heard me talking to her. Yeah. Doesn't really add too much, but
No.
I would agree. Like, if it's a party and the kid's a brat, all right, the kid's a brat, but he's here for the party, give him pizza. It's not my turn to discipline him.
I guess.
But when you're babysitting and you're doing them a favor and she complains, I'm like, okay, well, don't let me babysit your kid again. Because no offense, I don't really want to babysit this kid if I have to be the one disciplining it.
And that's fair to say, yeah.
I don't want a kid in my house that's using bad words around my other kids.
That is a great point, actually, because then if you... that's a good point.
If you don't
do it, then you're teaching your kids a lesson.
You're teaching the other ones they can get away with it.
They can get away with it, exactly. That's a good point.
I feel like it was justified. Almost necessary.
Okay. Maybe you swayed me.
Wow. Okay. Back to you.
All right.